Hello, people of the internet. My name is JD Shadow. So, before it becomes too late, I don't think it's going to become too late. So, whatever. So, as you know, this is the day, this is the 1 year to the day that we lost one of the most influential man in video game journalism, that being TotalBiscuit John Bain. And you obviously know the impact that he has had on me and on this channel, obviously because Special Report is a nearly direct ripoff of the format that Content Patches, which was was what he did on his news show that he made. So, what exactly? But he also made a impact on the channel in a lot of other ways, and a lot of impact on me, because and please disregard if I'm rambling on and I try to find my words, because it's going to be kind of tough for me in order to talk about this and not get a little choked up, not get a little. I'm going to be gone if I try to do too much and not try to get my thoughts together. So please bear with me, and I'm just going to go ahead and say what I want to say here. But he made such an impact on me and on this channel, because not just because of Special Report and anything like that, but because of how passionate he was for gaming, passionate he was for his opinions. He never compromised his opinions for anybody. He always told you what he meant, and he meant what he said. And he did it in such a way that you always knew that he was honest with what he thought. And it didn't matter if you agreed with him. It didn't matter if you disagreed with him. The fact of the matter is that he told you everything what he thought. And he stood up for the rights of not only gamers, but of people who consume media, who consume this stuff, who consume what people give to you as entertainment. And he called out people who needed to be called out, even if it wasn't popular. And that part of him is something that I try to emulate a lot. Now, I do get things wrong too. It's one of the things where you're never going to please everybody. But he never did want to, he never did set out to please everybody. He did what he did because he felt as though it was needed. What he said something because he thought it needed to be said. And he didn't do clickbait journalism. He didn't do anything like that. He took unpopular stances when he thought it was the right thing to do. He never shied away for a second from controversy. And that is something that I feel as though I attempt to do on a regular basis, because I feel as though we need more like that. We need more of people who are going to stand up for what they believe in and why they believe in it. And a voice like that is really needed now, because it does seem like this year a lot of people have been trying to get away with business practices which he would frown upon, which he would look down upon heaven like, what the hell is going on? Do I have to come down there and tell you guys exactly what you should be doing, why you should not be doing what you're doing? And there's a lot of things that I try to do, and I try to highlight a lot of the stuff that's been going on now, such as the Sony censorship situation, the issue surrounding 8chan when they went and when these two reporters allegedly broke into this guy's house. I tried to focus more on that story, because that story interests me. It fascinates me as to, okay, this is two individuals going to break into a guy's house in which he owns a site that's completely controversial, but even controversial sites, they have rights as well. And of course, I talk a lot about the change of channels, cinematic venom. Right at the moment, I'm getting a lot of heat for those videos because he responded and I responded back. And of course, I'm getting a lot of heat for that too. But here's the thing about that. No matter what you think about those videos, no matter what you think about what I said about that or what my stances are on this, the fact of the matter is that you're getting my honest opinion. You're getting every single piece of opinion that I have, and it's honest, and it's what I truly do think based upon what I've seen. And I know I'm going a little bit on myself here, but that is the kind of influence that he's had on me, which I try as best as I can to emulate what he has done, because we need more people like that. I feel as though he was one of the exceptions, not the rule, and he needs to be more of the rule. That we have to stand up for our rights. We have to be more mindful of shady business practices, shady people who try to get away with stuff, and then we have to call them out. Now, it's not the popular thing to do all the time, but is it the right thing to do? Is it right to say, hey, here's a different look on these things? It may not be the same, the different opinion of it. It may not be the opposite opinion, but it's a different perspective and maybe the same opinion. Maybe there's a nuance, and we have to have more like that. So, my experience with him, as you know this, he did WoW Cataclysm beta videos, and I was immediately hooked because I was into WoW a lot back then, and he influenced me to play Fire Mage actually in WoW. I was pretty good Fire Mage, I have to admit. I tried to do as best as he did, and I don't know if he was the best Fire Mage, but he was decent to the point where me emulating it actually had people saying, hey, he's a good Fire Mage. That he can do the hot streaks. He does hot streaks as soon as they proc. I don't know that much of Fire Mage anymore because I haven't played WoW in a long time. And I have the little what's the word for it? I have, oh man, now I'm blanking on the word for it. I have the interest to go back, a little tiny interest. I can't think of the word now. Mine's blanking. That's what happens when I try to get through this and not mess up. And again, I'm probably rambling too. But but he went into other things. I didn't agree with him with what him saying, "Oh, Mr. Pandora," or nerfing stuff is a bad thing to do. I didn't agree all the time, and that's what he also did. He also he also encouraged conversation with other people. He didn't expect everybody to agree with him, and 3/4 of the time, he wanted to hear what other people had to say, and that is exceptional for a person to say, hey, as long as you're civil, you're thinking with something that's thinking with a clear mind, I want to hear what your thoughts are. And of course, he did get some major heat, and he got some major vitriol flung his way. And that's just the way that this stuff is. I've gotten some major vitriol thrown my way. And he was one of the people who has said, don't look at the YouTube comments because those things will destroy a normal YouTuber. And I'm seeing that firsthand. So, yeah. We do need more like him. And I hope I'm doing my best to fill in some of that void. But here's the thing. If you think you can do what he did, by all means start one. Start a YouTube channel because we need more people like him. We need more of that kind of voice. He should have not have been the exception. He should have been the rule. I probably regurgitating everything I said on that special report last year when he passed. And to my detriment, I didn't put on the right memory screen on. As that was like a crude thing. I didn't have the skills I did now. So, yeah. I mean, that special report, I keep changing a little bit of things about it. I keep trying to figure out new ways of making that to where it's more of what I want to do with what is supposed to be, which is now basically in memory of him. And I believe that I hope I'm doing a good job of that, as I'm putting the OCB extract of the day in every one of those. That way, I honor his memory by doing that, because he did that all the time as well. And I hope OZ Remix doesn't mind me doing that still. And I haven't heard anything from them yet. So, yeah. So, he is survived by Genna Bain, who has since taken over the Cynical Brick Company, as far as I'm aware, and his son, which I don't know the name of his son. I apologize, but and probably someone would get me on that. But here's the thing I want to take away from this. His voice is sorely missed, and I wish he wasn't gone, because it's kind of necessary in this day and age. And people, it seems like people just waited until he was gone to just say, hey, we can get away with whatever we want now. It shouldn't work that way. You're still going to, we TotalBiscuit fan base, and when we don't go away. We never did. We're catching the unfair business practices, the DLC business practices, the shoddy game, shoddy video game things. I remember how reviews got taken down because, hey, you said something bad about our game, we're gonna take down your video. And I mean, this kind of stuff still goes on, and it just seems as though they thought of the right time to get away with it, and that should not be. And maybe we're just a spoke on a wheel in the end of the day. Maybe we're just something like that. That TB was like the tire on the wheel, and we were just the spokes trying to keep the thing going. But we're important as well, and we should be making an impact as well. We need to do what TB started. He started a revolution. He started that. And he wanted us, the people, to carry that on. To carry it on by buying the products, of course, buying the Single Bit merchandise, to keep supporting Genna any way we could, to keep showing support and to make sure she's okay, and thank God she is, but also to keep fighting for what is right, which is consumer advocacy, consumer protections, consumer rights. I wouldn't say stop pre-ordering games, because I'm guilty of doing that too, so I'm not one to talk. And to fight for the right thing to do. Do what is the right thing to do, not what's a popular thing to do. You think for 1 second that me taking the position I did on Change the Channel is a popular thing? Look at the comments I'm getting on right now. You think that's popular? No. But you know what? I think that's the right thing to do. I think that's the right thing to do, because no one's saying what I'm saying. And no one is saying, taking that stance. Maybe to my detriment, but at the very least, you know that I'm being truthful to what I believe. And that's be the same with things like Day 1 DLC, which adds nothing to the game, which was already on the disc to begin with shoddy gaming journalism, which, of course, a lot of us got in trouble for. You keep seeing that stuff, like what happened with Shadows of Mordor and Middle Earth and what happened there with some of that DLC with the Mass Effect situation. And stuff like that. I mean, look at all the stuff he covered. The CS:GO Lotto stuff. I think I covered that too. I think I did cover that as well. But look at all the stuff that he covered on his content patch and how important that kind of stuff is. And think about how much they would be able to get away with it if he didn't call it out. And people didn't say anything. And how badly PC gaming would be without him if he didn't say anything. If he didn't fight for it. PC gaming is, it's not the pinnacle, but it's now at a same level. It's now at an equal ground with console gaming, and that's a good thing. And we need more people like him. We need that kind of voice. So, I mean, I know I'm just a spoke on the wheel. I know a lot of us are, but we have to carry that on. So, I know I'm talking about, like, okay, let's do this, but I feel like that's what he would want us to do. I feel like that's what he would want us to do. There's a freaking gnat that's there. That's what I'm looking at right in the moment. He's right up there. Maybe he's saying, hey, you should. Well, I'm trying to think how I'm gonna link the gnat to one of my thoughts on TV. Maybe I needed that laugh for some reason. Maybe I needed it because I'll be gone if I didn't have that. So, yeah, we miss him. He made a tremendous impact on this channel. He made a tremendous impact on me and a lot of other people. I can only speak for myself because this is my channel. I want to say how he impacted me, and that makes me sound selfish, but I don't want to be. But that's the way that he was for a lot of other people. The fact matter is, I have a YouTube channel. I can say this, but he did a lot of stuff that impacted a lot of people, and I'm not very good at these kind of things, so forgive me. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would love to get a lot of likes on this. Share this video, and please keep this spirit going, keep this alive, because TotalBiscuit is watching us right now. He's making sure, he wants us to make sure that everything stays just and stays honest, regardless of if it's a popular decision or not. Thank you very much. And in the words of TotalBiscuit, my name is JD Shadow, and I'll see you next time.
My name has been TotalBiscuit. I'll see you next time.